I'm Brian Kindregan, lead writer of Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls.
So, Brian, tell us what's going on. What are you guys showing here at BlizzCon today?
We're showing a lot of different features of Reaper of Souls. First of all, we're showing Act 5, which is the story of how the Angel of Death, Malthael, attacks Sanctuary and starts attacking humanity, and how you have to go and fight back and save humanity and ultimately face the Angel of Death. We're showing a whole new mode called Adventure Mode, which is a way to play the game that lets you just go anywhere in the world. It's much more open world. We have a system of bounties that you can take on and fulfill in order to get rewards, and to sort of give you a reason to just go anywhere and explore anywhere and basically do anything. We have another thing called Nephilim Rifts that we're really excited about. It's basically short 15 to 20 minute dungeons that you can access and just go off and play a completely randomized adventure. So if you go into this dungeon, there'll be a random tile set will load, and then a random set of monsters will be there. And you can run around and just have very, very different play experiences. And even when you go to the second level of the dungeon, you might get a whole nother sort of terrain there. So it's really pretty wild, And then finally, the last big thing is the Crusader, our new class. And the Crusader is really a different kind of actor on the battleground in Diablo, because he or she is mid-range melee. So it's a big, heavily armored character. We like to say a knight in battle-scarred armor, and their shield and their flails are very important to them, and they get right in the mix and do heavy melee. But then they also have these mid-range casting powers that they can use to influence the rest of the battlefield and even move around the battlefield very, very quickly. So it's a really cool class.
Does BlizzCon play any role in the future development of your games?
BlizzCon is very important to us. I think one of the best things that we can do when we're making a game is just watch people play it. Not other developers, not our friends, although we do all that too, but just to watch a lot of different people come and play. People who are passionate about Diablo, obviously, and just getting the feel on the floor from all the people playing is huge. And we often come away from BlizzCon with a sense of like, we're doing really well and this worked, or this didn't go over so well and we should really look at this. And so yes, it's very important to us.
Now, the Angel of Death is on the Angelic Council. Why was he not seen in Diablo 3?
So Malthael was once the Angel of Wisdom, and he was a member of the council for a long time, but he was always kind of the oddest member of the council anyway. He would sort of wander off on his own for 100 years or 1,000 years, and so people would just, the other angels would sort of be like, oh, okay, well, he's just, Malthael's being Malthael. And in the last few hundred years, he's been starting to act more and more strange, and the reason for this is that humanity has come around, and as humans died and their souls would go wherever they go, Malthael would sort of hear a sound, like he could almost sense these souls. He was attuned to them somehow. And so he started going off for longer and longer periods. And then about 20 years earlier, when the World Stone was destroyed at the end of the Diablo 2 expansion, he disappeared completely, and nobody knew where he went. But at that time, he was still the Angel of Wisdom. Now he's come back as the Angel of Death. So the reason you didn't see him in Diablo 3 is he was still kind of on his sojourn, a spirit journey, undergoing his transformation into the Angel of Death.
Now, is he at heart evil, or is he kind of like a greater good type of angel, like, the ends justify the means?
Well, I think any good villain doesn't think they're evil, right? And certainly Malthael does not. His goal is to end the eternal conflict. This war that's raged between angel and demon for millennia, right? He looks at humans, because humans in Diablo are descended from the interbreeding of angel and demon. So he sees the demonic side in us, and he feels like this conflict will never end while humans are around. And so he wants to wipe out the humans, but really he's trying to end a war. So he's trying to bring peace to the universe, and that's really nice, isn't it? So I think he would definitely argue that he's not evil. However, if you happen to be one of the people who's being killed by his minions, you probably think he's not a very nice angel.